Hello everyone, this is Kinetic, and I'm here to bring you a crash course on the Terran units for the StarCraft 2 mod Starbow. This is primarily geared for you newer players out there who want to get into Starbow but are having a hard time adjusting to the new units and features. Alright, the first unit we're going to look at is the bread and butter unit for all Terran players, is the Marine. They've gone through a couple of changes. The first change, of course, is that they start off with a lower range of 4, and you need to get the upgrade called Barrel Stabilizers if you want to boost up their range to 5. They also have no combat shields anymore, so no more 55 health Marines. The next unit we'll look at is the Marauder. These guys have had a few nerfs since StarCraft 2. They now do a base damage of 14, and they do explosive damage. Their range is going to be a base range of 4, with a range of 6 once you get the upgrades for the Barrel Stabilizers. The Firebat will be returning from Brood War, except now they have an upgraded health pool and are now considered armored. The Reaper will be returning from StarCraft 2. It now does slightly less damage, but it retains its combat drugs. It also has a new ability called the G4 Cluster Bomb, which must be researched at the engineering bay. The Medic will be returning from Brood War as well. It has a new ability for Stimpack, which takes energy rather than health, and it also has Defense Matrix, which surrounds a targeted unit for 10 seconds. Shield has 150 hit points if it's a mech unit, or 100 hit points if it's a bio unit. The Ghost is back as well, except now it has a brand new arsenal of abilities. It has Seeker Drone, which behaves exactly like the Seeker Drone from the Raven.
Sounds like a plan.
It has a brand new cloak, which will time out after 30 seconds. It takes 50 energy to activate and will stay on regardless of how much energy you have left.
Okay.
And its most powerful round is the Shock Round ability,
Nothing to it.
which will disable any mechanical unit it hits.
Copy that. Well, color me happy.
Another old school unit returning from Brood War is the Vulture. They retain all their speedy characteristics from Brood War, and has Spider Mines.
Yeah, I'm gone. No problemo.
The Goliath is another Brood War unit that is making its return in Starbow. It is primarily used as a mobile anti-air device for Terrans who are playing mech. The Viking has gone through a couple of changes from StarCraft 2. Now they do an aerial attack that does 20% splash damage to air units, and they have a shorter range of 6, but they are much more agile. They also have the additional perk of being able to land quite quickly.
I like it.
The Banshee has gone through a couple of changes from StarCraft 2 as well. They now do a little bit less damage per shot, but they have a new cloaking, which, once activated, will stay active for 6 seconds, and then go on to an 18-second cooldown. They are also much more agile than their StarCraft 2 counterparts. The dropship is a brand new unit for Starbow. It is not a medevac and cannot heal. However, it still has its booster ability, and it has a new ability called Enhanced Gravity Lifters. What this ability does is it lets you pick up siege tanks. The Science Vessel has returned from Brood War. It retains its ability of Irradiate. Once Radiate is cast on a target, it will slowly do AoE damage to all units around it as long as it is biological. It has EMP, which behaves the same way as it did in StarCraft 2, except now it does 200 points of damage to shields and energy, along with revealing cloaked units. Its new ability, called Nerve Jammer, once it is deployed, it will reduce all units' damage by 50% so long as they are underneath it. Science Vessels can also irradiate non-biological units. However, it will retain its damage values for bio units. A few changes have been made to the battlecruiser as well. Their attacks are now a lot slower, but they hit much harder. They also have a new ability called Warp Drive. And as per usual, they retain their ability of Yamato Cannon. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back for part 2 where I go over the Protoss units.